All right, what's up, good people? It's your boys, Beards of War. We're back again. You got myself, Thick Nick Fury, got FBR for President, Fat Broken Rambo, Scorched Earth, and Hey Cap Jack are behind the scenes once again. All right, we're gonna do something a little different this time, guys. We got a little a la carte for you, Beards of War style. A little Tubi Tuesday, as we
Tubi
like to call it,
Tuesday.
and we don't mean Ruby Tuesdays. But before we get into it, man, let me give a quick shout out to Three Brothers Transmissions. You know, we all need that maintenance on our vehicles, right? And if you're in the DMV area, specifically Temple Hills, you have to check these guys out. They're of top-notch service, top-notch customer service, and their work is very good. I've never had any complaints using them. They're located at 5325 Beach Road, Suite 14, Temple Hills, 20748. Their phone number, if you want to give them a call, is 301-899-5112. And again, like I said, they've been fantastic. So tell them Sick Nick sent you. But we're gonna get into it, and like I said, man, it's something a little different. So the theaters haven't been great to us so far. So Rambo, what's up, man?
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've spent a fair amount of time at my local AMC 11 where we actually all go to check out our flicks. Um, Nothing against AMC. Love you guys, man. Like shout out to Annapolis AMC. Uh, man, I have maxed out my A stubs from membership rewards perks this week. So I went and saw Mission Impossible Final Reckoning with my family, and I got to admit, man, like I think Mission Impossible kind of peaked at Henry Cavill, and I think that was what is it like Mission Impossible 6, and it was Fallout. I thought that one was like the creme de la creme, and then the seventh one with AI was kind of interesting. It was like I think it was going to be called Reckoning Part One, but they changed it at the last minute, so now this one is 8, and this is Final Reckoning. Same villain, it's the AI villain, and honestly, man, it's like 2 hours and 40 minutes long. It's boring as shit. All right. I'm going to tell you straight up. Ving Rhames, spoiler alert, he isn't with us very long in this film. They allude to some medical complications. Looks like he's kind of like circling the drain, so to speak. But his performance in it carries the film, in my opinion. Aside from that, you get about 2 hours of Tom Cruise running really, really fast for a 60-year-old, and I'm just like, oh, cool, that was it. The whole plane scene sequence at the end, I was like, I I felt like everything was stretching it to like the nth degree, man. Like that's the thing. Like if you had no shit chopped out Tom Cruise running, you would have saved 20 minutes of this film. I didn't need to see it. Bitch, get an Uber,
Dude, he's training
right?
for the Bruce Jenner biopic.
Oh, it was so
Yeah, he's
it
got to
was so
run.
cringeworthy, man. Like there was a scene where he's in London and like there's a bomb gonna go off, and of course he hoofs it. And it's not. You remember that scene in 28 Days Later? Since we're bringing up 28 series, 28 Days Later when Cillian Murphy is walking across the famous bridge in front of the
Big
Big
Ben.
Ben, right? So they filmed that sequence basically at pre-dawn hours, no one around, no permits. Shout out to Danny Boyle for that one. And they made it work because it served the purpose. In this film, he's running at night, there's no traffic whatsoever, and you're just like, what the fuck is going on, man? Like, why are you running to stop this nuclear device from detonating? That's the dumbest shit ever. I will say this. It was a nice tie off. If you have stuck with this since like the late 90s, like I have, there's a couple of characters that actually come back, and you're just like, holy shit, I remember that dude from the first one. That was kind of cool. But I really feel like they overstuffed this film with far too much bullshit. Um, I don't think it deserves to earn the money. I think they should stop Mission Impossible for a while, let it cool down, put someone else in it, bring back Jeremy Renner, man, let him take the lead. Tom Cruise, for the most part, man, I like you as an actor, but like, do something else, man, because you're not carrying this series any further. It's just my opinion.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
that's what I'll say, man. Like, I'm not going to berate the film. Like, it was enjoyable to an extent. It was a nice send off, but you could definitely tell that they hit their end. That's just how I feel about it. Maybe if you guys liked it, I hope you did. Put it in the comments, man. Let us know what you think. If I'm wrong, tell me I'm fucking wrong. I can bounce back from that. It's crazy to think, but you can.
Right, right. And like I said, man, I haven't seen it. I was one of those. I did all my movie watching from the couch. So I went hard on Tubi Tuesday, man.
Oh,
And
let's see what you got, man. Tubi's got some gems,
okay,
bro.
so this kind of started with for me when Stephen Young when he kind of left The Walking Dead
Yep.
through the bat of Lucille. Like he met Lucille, and I was
Mm.
like, oh, okay, I got other things to do now. So he comes out with this movie Mayhem. So this movie came out like 2017 and it's playing on Tubi. And basically he plays a lawyer by the name of Derek show, and he's trying to work his way up to the top. Kind of like that. Oh man, I've kind of lost my soul. Trying to get to the top and make money and do the things I need to do. And he runs into one of these I guess people that he works with. They call her the Siren, and she basically frames him for like one of their big accounts like getting screwed up, right? So that basically he's gonna get fired. And the boss, of course, she had the boss's ear. So now, he's getting screwed over. He's getting ready to get fired. And all of a sudden, they're like, oh, well, the building's under quarantine. There's this ID-17 virus or whatever that basically all it does is prevent your inhibitions. Like, so whatever desire you have, you act on it, right? And what had happened was he had got someone off for murder because they had this virus. And the way you have it, like you have a bloodshot like eye, right? One of your eyes are red. That's the easiest way to tell you have it. And like, so if you feel like punching your boss in the face, you're gonna go punch your boss in the face. Or you feel like killing someone. It's almost like a purge, right? Like the purge, well, like whatever happens, happens. So now they lock them all in this office building. And of course, you know what happens, right? So everyone's getting this virus. You got everyone touching the door handles, the sneezing, and everyone just going chaotic throughout this whole movie. And it was a fun movie to watch, even though it's like, okay, this is definitely one of those you didn't need to see it in the theaters. But to see Stephen Yeun and young lady, I think it was Margaret Weaving or something like that. Samara Weaving, I'm sorry.
Yeah, from the Babysitter series on Netflix.
She's like Margot Robbie 3.9. Like there's like so many like doppelgangers of her. She's like one of them. But so she basically goes there because she's trying to get help with an eviction. And of course, Derek's like, well, I can't really help you. But then they end up teaming up. So they're teaming up to go get the big boss, right? Because the big boss is the one he's after. It's kind of like the head of the whole thing. And it's kind of like work your way up to the penthouse, that kind of thing. So you can get to the boss and kind of take care of business. So it's very gratuitous, a lot of gratuitous violence, a lot of blood. And it's like an action like comedy, so to speak. But it was an interesting watch. Of course, in the end, they get to the big boss and all that good stuff. But it was one of those movies that is just like, like how you have the voiceover narration explaining everything and like the slow motion like scenes and all that good stuff. And you're just watching the background, people in the background doing all types of crazy stuff, man. So it was fun in that respect. I won't say it's an A+ movie. It's probably like a B-, C+, but it's an interesting watch. Like if you want something to entertain you, I would definitely say Mayhem isn't terrible. It's not a terrible watch. So if you guys get some time, get on Tubi and check it out.
Have you seen like I feel like this is like a subgenre of like the horror action films today. Have you seen the Belko Experiment?
Dude, I want to see it. And I looked
it?
it up. I looked it up, but it's like similar to that, very similar to that.
Yes,
when they lock them in the building, you have to kill someone
very
before
much
time
like
runs out.
Yeah, it's like a Squid Games kind of
Right,
purge vibe. It's actually really good, man. That was a solid film, and actually, I really wouldn't mind seeing a sequel to it. Just because it kind of leaves the story hanging, but it sounds very similar to that. And I can't help but feel like this is like the whole mantra that we're going towards with like action horror movies these days is like
it's probably most realistic.
Be a fucking purge flick.
Someone's gonna lose it in the office. Like that's probably the most realistic thing they have. And it's, by the way, Squid Game the new season's out. Squid Game. I don't know if anyone's
man.
still into that.
Now we're about to shift from South Korea to the United States because
Kate Blanchett, right?
Full spoilers. Yeah, if you guys haven't seen Squid Game, the ending, it alludes to it coming to the United States, and yeah, Kate Blanchett playing the recruiter. And like I like Kate Blanchett a lot, but David Fincher, man, like the dude that made Seven and Mindhunters and Fight Club and all these other amazing like fucking films. He is supposed to be the showrunner for the Squid Games US version, and it's not a remake; it's a continuation of the story. It just so happens to take place in the United States, and I'm all in, man. Fuck it, why not?
Yeah, why not? Yeah, I'm with it. Okay.
So all right, so you got your Tubi Tuesday knocked out, and I know you got another one out in the pipe, but I'm going to talk about Jurassic World Rebirth. So like, I haven't seen it yet. Going to see it on Thursday morning. I'm hoping it's good. I've heard the reviews have been decently positive. I've heard it's a standalone film. There's no sequel bait. And I mean, honestly, like Scarlett Johansson is a kick-ass actress, man. So I'm excited to see her take the lead. I really feel like Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard had kind of exhausted the storyline from Jurassic World 1 through 3. I just did a rewatch of the first three of that trilogy, and man, by the time you get to fucking Dominion, you're just exhausted of like the overcomplicated plot of like human clones and bounty hunters, and I'm like, Jesus Christ. But hey, man, it's fucking dinosaurs. So who's not excited to see a good dinosaur flick? I mean, it's the whole reason you go to the summer, or I'm sorry, you go to summer films is like aliens, giant sharks, or fucking dinosaurs. And hey, man, we're getting it. It's the 50th anniversary of Jaws. If you haven't seen that, I don't know what's wrong with you. I can't cure it. Go watch it. But hey, man, Jurassic Park's back in the theater, so go check it out. It's not meant to blow your mind. This isn't going to be Schindler's List or like, Last Samurai or something heavy and poetic and artistic. It's it's fucking dinosaurs, man. Like go check
Right.
it out. I'm sure it'll be great.
Cool, man. Hey, listen, like I said, I kind of they kind of lose me with some of these trilogies and repeats because when they stop numbering them, like go back to good old fashioned Rocky
Right?
One, Rocky
Let's just
Two.
keep this shit straight,
Like
man.
I don't know where to start. Like if you get lost, you get lost. This is like math class, right? Oh, you missed subtraction. Okay, yeah, good luck with the rest of your life. Okay. So my next pick, again, I'm going back to Tubi Tuesdays. I had a little bit of a binge watch that night, man. I don't know what I was doing, but I was sitting on the couch and eating, and I went from one movie to the next. And the next movie that I want to talk about is it's a movie I hadn't even wasn't even on my radar. It's called The Domestics, and this movie is starring Kate Bosworth. It have Tyler Hoechlin, who plays Superman, and the late Lance Reddick. Um,
Rest in peace, Lance.
so basically, this movie takes place in a post-apocalyptic world. What it seemed like happened was they kind of like just crop dusted everyone, right? It's like, okay, you tired of your guys' shit. We're just gonna do away with you, right? And of course, you got people that what comes from that chaos, right? Out of the ashes rises more chaos. It's not like you're gonna get flowers, you're gonna get weeds. So they got all these like gangs that form up in these different factions along the countryside. And Tyler Hoechlin and Kate Bosworth, their characters, Teresa and Mark, basically just trying to work out their marriage. I don't know, like Mark's trying to win back his wife's affection, and now they have to drive to the beer state of Milwaukee, and where her parents are. So that's basically the idea of the movie, is just to get cross country to where her parents are because she can't get in contact with them, and apparently she's having her struggles, so he's just trying to fix that and mend their relationship along the way. And they just run into the gang after gang, situation after situation. So when they come into Lance's character, his name is Nathan. They're in like a shop, a store, and he's very polite. He's like, "Hey, I just want to say hi, shake your hand." He's like, what do you guys, where are you guys from? Like, we need, people. Like, this is one of those times where you have to like join forces. And he's very, very nice, very outgoing. And then a gang comes into the store, and they're hiding behind this like pillar in the store, and all of a sudden, man, you just see bullets start flying, and then his son, Nathan's son, is up on the top just with a machine gun that's mowing him down. The kid is like 12, and it was so hilarious just watching him mow these people down. So okay, this kid gets it. So then he's like, well, why don't you guys come over and meet my wife, and we're gonna have dinner. It's really just a nice. It's like out of place. So they decide, of course, to go to the house and they have this great dinner. And then you find out that Nathan and his family are cannibals. He's like,
And
there's
there it
nothing,
is.
nothing grows. He's like, when have you seen any dogs or cats and it's like, oh, whenever they ask you that, when's the last time you seen an animal around here? And it's like, oh man, we did have that meat, right? So that's like George and Martha from Book of Eli, right? Maybe I'll rustle you up some sandwiches. And so he really didn't want them to leave at that point, but they get away and they go down. They deal with more gangs, and you got like this twisted metal type situation with these gangs, and they have them playing these Russian roulette games. Like it's all types of crazy madness, and a big old shootout in a like a retirement village at the end.
Oh,
Uh,
good.
but it again another one of those movies that you just want to see how it is. Like, wow, where are we going with this? Not a great movie. Like, I mean, it's not a great movie. It's not. But
You're
but
selling it so well,
you
bro.
can't turn it off. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's not great, but you have to you just have to see how it ends, right? Like, okay, where are we going with this? Like, how do we get out of this? Whatever. And at the end they survive it or whatever. But the movie itself, it's a fair movie. It's like a C for a Tubi movie. it's a C plus. It's one of those if you're really bored, you just want some post-apocalyptic type feel. Because that's me. I love post-apocalyptic movies. I love zombie movies. End of the world type stuff like 28 Days Later. I love those types of movies. So I'm not really ever really like I kind of know what to expect. There's only so many different ways you can tell the same story. But the Domestics is one of those. Wow, okay, let me check this out, and it wasn't terrible. Like I said, I'll give it a solid C. So if you
So
want to
I
check
think
it out.
we've talked about this before, but you've seen The Divide, right?
Oh yeah, oh that's a great one.
So
Love the
that was
Divide.
the film that like kind of like broke the formula for me on like post-apocalyptic films because like everything tried to like one up The Walking Dead, and The Walking Dead is a depressing ass show. Don't get me wrong. Like you have your beats of like where you get where you feel like you're being uplifted, and then all of a sudden you just get your emotions crushed into the ground.
Right.
Um, but yeah, man, like The Divide is one of those films that like I can't recommend it enough. Patricia Arquette, Michael Biehn,
Hmm.
Milo
Courtney Vance. Yeah.
Ventimiglia. I'll brutalize his
Dang.
name. He's from Heroes and This Is Us. Is Courtney Vance in that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man, shout out to Courtney Vance because I just saw
Yeah.
him in Lilo and Stitch, and that he was fucking solid in that.
Oh, was he?
I really
Nice.
enjoyed that
Okay.
movie, man. Like, so, like, not to deviate from The Domestics or The Divide, but like, I never watched the cartoon of Lilo and Stitch. I went and saw it with my kids, the live action one, and I actually had a great time, man. That movie like pulled on my heartstrings a little bit, man. Like, there was a scene where like you thought Stitch was dead. And I was like, oh man, he's like
I'm like, no,
a
dude.
broken dog and he's coming back and they're like, it's a family, we're a
It's
family. I'm
ET
like,
all over again.
right? Fuck
Um,
ET, man. Um, but yeah, Lilo and Stitch, Corny Vance, man, like phenomenal actor. He doesn't beat Ving Rhames as the animated agent in the cartoon, but like, man, solid job.
nice,
But
nice.
yeah, man, back to the Divide, like the psychological impact of like the end of the world kind of thing, and like this is basically what ends up happening in that film is that a group of survivors rushes into like a fallout shelter that's an impromptu fallout shelter that the landlord builds, and like all the nut jobs seem to like correlate into this office space, and they just fall apart. And it's
Right.
a really great film as far as like the psychological depravity that society can bring out in people sometimes. Um, Amazing acting. It is a little hard to watch because it is a fucking downer, man. Like
Yeah, Michael Eklund was awesome. That's the dude that played Bobby, like the long skinny dude,
the
the one
the
that
the
shaved his head.
brother of Milo.
Right, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
dude,
that dude
those
is
two
awesome.
guys were fucking nuts.
Yeah.
And I actually was really surprised by Michael Biehn, man. Like that dude came to work in that film. And Patricia Arquette, Jesus, like
Right?
her
Oh
her
yeah.
character goes down fucking hill quick.
Yeah. Yeah.
But solid film, man. And that's what this kind of sounds like. Like I said, like we talked about earlier, like it seems like Hollywood's got this fascination with like end of the world films and post-apocalyptic, either a disease or like just society turning on itself. Sometimes they're great and sometimes they're just like, damn, that's a little bit close to home.
Right. Like the purge. I really see it coming. I'm just saying.
Man, oh, come on.
Hmm.
Let's have some faith in humanity, brother.
Oh, well, it's gone. That's gone.
Well, speaking of which, let's talk about the trailer recommendation of the week, The Running
Yes.
Man. So Edgar Wright just dropped the trailer today. Glenn Powell is going to do, he's playing Ben Richards. If you guys don't know this, I'm a huge Arnold Schwarzenegger fan. Absolutely love the guy. Grew up with him in my childhood. Predator is probably one of my all-time favorite films. Not so much Terminator 2, because you watch Terminator 1, you realize it's pretty much the same movie except better. Um, Terminator 2 is not that fantastic in my opinion. Go ahead, challenge me in the comments. I dare you. But The Running Man. So Richard Bachman, who is the pen name of Stephen King, he is having a fucking year, man, because The Long Walk is coming out in September with Mark Hamill. It looks fantastic.
Yeah,
I read
definitely
that
see
book,
that.
read The Running Man overseas. I think I was in Iraq at the time. Um, the trailer doesn't do this film justice, and I would ask anyone that's hesitant about watching this film, when you watch the trailer, you realize that I suspect that this movie is going to be very serious because there's a couple scenes the trailer gives away where if you read the book, you'll know what I'm talking about. There's some darkness in this film, and I think it's going to come out. I think the trailer was just cut poorly. Let's see what the trailer 2 looks like. Comes out November 7th. It's going to go against Predator Badlands. I can't fucking wait, man. November 7th is going to be the day where I go to two movies back to back in theaters. I'm stupid excited. I'm a huge fan of the book. I even still like Schwarzenegger's version of the movie. Um, it's just not the book. And the book is so good. Like I'm excited to see that they actually do this for real. I'm still on the fence with Glenn Powell. I don't know that he's got the wasta to take over action films. But maybe he does, man. Prove me
Yeah,
wrong.
yeah.
But I'm excited.
He
Edgar
takes
Wright's a
the right
solid
role.
director. Yeah, man. I'm rooting for it. So,
All
and
right, man. Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
listen, you got big shoes to follow, man.
he
You're talking about
does.
Schwarzenegger film.
Huge, huge.
Good luck with that,
Yep.
right?
Not to mention Jesse Ventura and Yaphet Kotto and Richard Dawson, man. Rest in peace.
right? Oh, jeez. Yeah, the Yaphet Kotto as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, all right, man. So my recommendation, this movie came out in 2011, and it's called In Time. With
Oh,
Justin Timberlake, Amanda
nice.
Seyfried,
Nice.
Cillian Murphy. Then this movie was so original,
Yeah, it
and I
was.
loved it. And I
It
loved
was
it.
a
Like, well,
fucking solid
time was the
original film.
currency,
Yep.
right? And the things that you would do, and that scene, there's a scene where Justin Timberlake and his mom, played by Olivia Wild, which I know you can wrap your head around it, but you basically don't age because you always have time. So the time that will
That's
keep you
right.
young. So whatever that period of time was is when you're young. But there's a scene there where she's run out of time and he's trying to catch up to her, and they run. I mean, they're running full sport, Tom Cruise style at each other. And he gets to just like a half second late, and then the mom like dies in his arms. I'm like, oh man, dude, like you just needed more time, right? So now you got he's
Wish
kind
you
of
had more time.
right here. I wish you had more time. So he's trying to get to the big wig, the guy that has all the time, right? And it's basically like your basic Robin Hood type film, right? Like we're gonna rob from the rich and give to the
Hmm.
poor. And just the way they do that and the way they get everything just handed out to the people and trying to take care of those who don't have, right? So it was just well done in the fact that they weren't using like money, currency. They were using something that's literally valuable to everyone.
Yeah.
Some people don't need money. Everybody needs time, right? Like so, just that concept of using that and making it just to realize how valuable it was so well done. And Cillian Murphy, who plays the police officer that chases them down, was awesome in this film. There was so many good scenes in this film. Just watching how the times work with the flipping of the wrist and the games that you had to play and all that stuff and people's histories. It was really well done, man. I enjoyed that movie a lot. So if you guys haven't seen it, it's playing on Max. I would definitely say check it out. Justin Timberlake does really good in this. Like I have no complaints about his acting in this at all. It's one of those very different style of movie. Like there's certain movies that okay, we've seen that before, they've done that. This one is very very different, and I enjoyed it a
Yeah.
lot. I enjoyed
It
the time.
it was. And man, I gotta admit, that's what I love is that it was funny because I was almost having a debate on Instagram, and I hate to say that, but some in the comments were like, "Oh man, the audiences just want to see regurgitated sequels or remakes," and they're like, "Audiences don't ever tune into to original content anymore." And so I responded, and I usually don't, man, because like fighting the internet is just a worthless
Yeah,
venture.
punch into the wind.
And I basically said I was like, "Hey man, like I would point to one of the greatest successes of 2025 easily, Sinners." While Sinners wasn't a film that I thoroughly loved, there were aspects of it that I respected. And I
Absolutely.
did buy it on iTunes because I'm going to rewatch it again because that movie stayed with me even after we reviewed it on the channel and even after I said that I didn't necessarily care for all aspects of it. That I think is the hallmark of a good film is that like, man, it still makes me think to this day. And actually I still
Right.
have discussions in the office about that film.
Yeah.
So I would say that while I don't think original content is dead, I think you have to fight for your audience's attention a little bit more. So I would say that. And In Time was a very unique film. Even if you didn't like Justin Timberlake from his what is it, Backstreet Boys or NSYNC, whatever fucking band he was
Insane.
in back in the day,
Insane.
that we all hated from my generation. Um, but hey, man, like he did some original shit, and it shines in a film like this. I agree with you 100%, man. In Time is a unique film of the sci-fi genre that I think you should absolutely check out.
Yeah. All right, cool. I'm glad you agree, bro.
Yeah, man.
I feel
Uh,
good. I feel justified.
do you feel justified? All
I
right.
do.
Oh man. All right. So I'm gonna take us back to 1992. I know this is more of a scorched earth time frame, but hey,
Uh-huh.
man, we were talking about music and soundtracks a little bit before we jumped on the show. And one of the ones that always kind of stuck with me was a movie called Trespass. And it came out in 92. It's got Ice-T, Ice Cube, William Sadler from Tales from the Crypt Presents Demon Knight. And he's been in a ton of other stuff, Shawshank Redemption and shit like that. And the late, great, always respected Bill Paxton.
Yes, sir.
There is a small cameo scene by the butler from oh
Fresh
man,
Prince.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Yeah,
Hmm.
and he drops his British accent, completely fucked me up as a kid. But this is directed by Walter Hill. So Walter Hill, if you guys don't know, is like an action god director of the 1980s. He did like 48 Hours, another 48 Hours, Red Heat, Wild Bill with Jeff Bridges, a bunch of other stuff, The Warriors. He is just one of those awesome, imposing 1980s directors that specialize in action, man. And in this film, what you have is you have William Sadler and Bill Paxton play two firefighters, and I believe they're from Arkansas. They're responding to an arsonist call, and this guy is this arsonist is telling them, he's like, "Hey, I stole a bunch of gold from this church back in the day. Feels guilty about it, sets the fire to commit suicide, ends up blowing his brains out, tells the guys where it's at." So they end up going over to, I think it's East St. Louis, if I remember correctly in the film. And they go into some dilapidated buildings, and they actually witness a gang killing. As they discover the gold, as they discover there's a homeless guy who's actually in the building, so they have to take him hostage to secure the gold. And then the gangsters show up, and they're like, "Hey, we're not letting you leave because we saw you, we know you witnessed us kill this guy." And it's basically a standoff for the rest of the movie, right? Like how these two guys are going to get out of the situation with the money, and how this gang is going to try to squash the situation while Ice-T retains leadership of the gang, because Ice Cube plays pretty much the guy who is opposite of him, and he wants to take charge. He's much more aggressive, fires from the hip, doesn't really think shit out. Ice-T is this much more mature kind of like criminal mastermind, and it's just a fantastic film, man. The soundtrack's fucking great. A lot of R&B fucking rock stars from back in the day, like Scarface is in it. The two leads, obviously, the soundtrack's killers for Mix-a-Lot, all those guys, man. It's just a great flick. Can't recommend it enough. I have no idea where you'd watch this film at this point, probably on Tubi. But even if all you have to do is rent it on iTunes or Amazon Prime, you won't regret it, man. This is a great, great action film from back in the day. And like I said, go check it out. And if you don't like it, put it in the comments. At least we'll have some engagement over there. So, and you can curse me until I die.
Yeah. Hey, look, broaden your horizons, guys. Like if
Yeah,
there's a
man.
movie or a type of movie you're not really, oh, I'm not really into that type of movie. Sometimes there's one, right? There's
Yep.
always that one. Like, oh, I don't like other. I only like chicken tenders. Well, how do you know? Because you had to have them one time, right? There's one
Yeah.
time you had to have a chicken tender. Now you love them. Try the burger next time. You might like the burger too. You know what I'm saying? So you only know unless you try. So it's kind of like when people are like, oh, I don't eat that. Well, have you ever had it? No. So how do you know you don't like it? Like, just give it a
Exactly.
shot. Open your horizons, be open minded. And again, like, it's escapism, right? Like, if you're
Yeah,
gonna look for all of the things to nitpick in a movie, how can you enjoy it, right? Like,
absolutely.
if you get a tattoo and you're only looking at the imperfections, you're gonna hate the tattoo. Like, look at what you love about it, and then you'll love the entire thing. You know what I mean? So,
Oh,
just
it's
be open
awesome.
minded. That's all we kind of look for, man. Just look at the beauty and everything, and then you're more likely to find that.
And Big
Um,
Daddy Kane.
what you
Sorry,
look
I
for.
knew I was missing
Oh
somebody.
yeah, BDK, bro.
Oh
That was my
man,
dude, bro. I played
dude,
all
he
the
goes
Big
from
Daddy Kane
that
novels,
to
man.
Posse with Mario Van Peebles. Oh,
Yeah,
game over, man.
Dark Gable. If you know, you know.
Yeah, that's right, baby. But hey, that's pretty much what we got, guys. Like, it's summer vacation. We got families. We got stuff going on. So we're just kind of trying to inform you of what's going on. Like I said, I'm going to hit Jurassic World this week. I'll talk about it next week. And yeah, we'll get back at it at the end of the summer. But for now, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna pitch what we're actually seeing and watch with our families. And man, hopefully we provide a solid recommendation to you guys and you check something out that maybe expands your horizons past the slug of Netflix.
We do still need you, Netflix, though. Thanks.
I
All
don't
right, man. So
Netflix is trash.
for the Beards of War, Thick Nick Fury out here.
Bad Broken Rambo out here. Be good to each other, guys.